Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Mayhem and Pinkfresh Fridays. Occasionally, as you know, at least once a month, these two fall on the same day. So I tried my best to do the Mixed Media Mayhem recipe or scrap lift, and this is the hop for this month. And so this is our original. It's a Janet Fritz original that is absolutely gorgeous. I love and have absolutely no idea how she did this background. I'm going to have to go hunt down the video. And I don't have a stencil or a stamp like she's using here. So I'm going to use this one. This is my little panel of photos, and I'm going to try to pull colors from the photo. The filter I used added a little bit of pink, and I don't have that pink. I don't think I can achieve that pink with the Pinkfresh watercolors, liquid watercolors. But I do have 3 colors here, and then I may add some accents with this Vicky Bouton crayon. So we'll see where we end up. I'm gonna kind of take it, play it by ear, and I have no idea what I'm doing. But we'll see if I can achieve anything that looks like this kind of watercolory, bleeding, gorgeous look that she has. And then, of course, I'll add splatters. So I'm going to put this aside, set it up so that I can glance at it every now and then. And I'm going to mix up my watercolors. Well, actually, I'm going to put the yellow out now. What my idea is, I'm just going to use these 2 rows on this stencil. This is a 12 by 12 stencil. I'm just going to use these 2, going at it the stencil way. And then I'm going to move the paper away and dip the stencil in the blues that I'm going to blend. And get it on the back of the stencil, and then try to overlay the yellow with it. We should get, and I'm going to do it slightly offset, so that like when I do it with the yellow, there will be white showing through where these lines are. When I get the blue on the underside, it's going to get all over the outside of the stencil, so it's going to be the surrounding parts of the circle, even extending out into here maybe, and down into here. And these rows will get it too, because I'm going to spread the ink all over here, and I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to, I guess, pull this out of the way. And then you can see I've really thought this through. Not. And then I'm gonna do like this, but maybe a little offset so that there will be still some white showing through. We'll see how this works. Okay, so the easy part is getting the yellow down, and I'm gonna apply it with a paintbrush, which means it's gonna get under there, and I'm gonna use this yellow, a few drops of the yellow and some water to kind of really dilute it. Whoops, wrong side of the paintbrush. I don't even know which side of the paintbrush to use this morning. I'm going to do some more water, because I want this amount of pigment to spread over the entire 6 circles I'm going to color. And I'm going to do it kind of unevenly, sort of like so. I want to get maybe some of it to have fairly full coverage. Okay. That's all the yellow I'm going to use. So I'm going to put this aside. And there is kind of the look I was going for. Not a perfect version of this stencil, but like really abstract lemon slices in there. And where the paint, this is an unexpected benefit, where the paint has gathered at the little cross pieces there, it's thicker, so you get a different shade, a different shading. I love this. I absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to kind of clean the yellow off of this side, but I have to leave enough so that I know which side is which, because the part I want to dip in the paint has to have the yellow side up. So I'm going to do that way. So now let's do this part. Kind of lay that over that. And I'm going to do a blend of this color, which is called Sky Blue, and this color, which is called Sapphire. And I think the blue in my photos and my embellishments, and by the way, the embellishments I've chosen are all from the, from the Delightful collection, which just came in my Mind the Scrap kit. There are three packages of embellishments and actually a couple of papers. Okay, I'm gonna do this and then kind of spread it around with my paintbrush so that it's more concentrated across where those yellow circles will be. And so I'm hoping I'm getting a little bit of color variation in there. And some of this pigment will get smashed down when I put the stencil on top. Okay, this is going to be fun. I may, as with all my mixed media videos, I may hate it and start over. Throw it away and start over. But, okay, so here's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of letting it pick up. And it's going to pick up in splotches. That I can somewhat control with that finger. Maybe get some down here. And now I'm going to pick this up very carefully. Put this aside on the floor. Bring my paper back, and it's dripping, so I'm just going to go like that on there. It's kind of offset in a couple different directions, and let me wipe up the drippy areas, and you'll see that on my mat for the rest of eternity, or at least the life of that mat. So now I've got that, and I don't hate it. Okay, let me put this aside, although I don't think I could make it any messier. But I want to clean or somewhat dry off the stencil, kind of like so, and I hate that I'm doing it that way because that's getting on my mat. I should have had two special mats underneath it, but I didn't. So now I'm going to pull a baby wipe and see how much of that I can get off. And that blue is probably a different, not probably, it's definitely a different blue from what my embellishments are, although it does go nicely with the photo. So I'm gonna say that's okay, and I may relook at my embellishments. I'm gonna put this aside and just not use the stencil for my pink accents. I may just kind of throw some pink accents in like that with the crayon. And then I will take this paintbrush that I used for the yellow, which has not touched the blue. Oh my goodness, it has touched the blue. So, not that paintbrush. And I'll clean that off. I thought I had that planned out rather nicely, but not really. I'm going to take this paintbrush and get it wet and kind of do it in lines like so. And it's bringing in some of the blue, and it's not really wetting that yellow or the pink as well as I'd like. But it's all abstract and messy, which is kind of what I'm going for. And it's easy for me to say that because I don't want to do it over, because I like what's on here so far. I hope I'm not messing it up. But just hints of pink, and I'm getting hints of blue as I'm at it, so I may as well go with that. And now I'm going to do some yellow splatters. I need this more liquid. I want to get yellow splatters up here where there isn't any other yellow. And it's just a hint. Okay, now that I want to actually work on this, I'm going to dry it. And I think the pigment has probably, I'm using Vicky Bouton Mixed Media Foundations paper. So it has a nice little coating and it doesn't soak in or get it too warped. I'm gonna do this. That's actually pretty dry, so that's good. That difference in pigment is gonna stay, and I kind of want some areas to look blotted up, and when it's kind of partially dried like that, you get some nice areas where the center is blotted up, but the outside border stays. Okay, I'm gonna say this is ready to work, and we'll see what happens. I want the photo cluster, like I said, to kind of go here, and that's gonna cover up a little bit of that mess, which is fine. So there, and I'm gonna use liquid glue to put it down because this is still a little bit damp, and it'll just hold better over time, right now and over time. And I think I told you this before, but I have two different glues in these two bottles. One is a thicker, it's the Nouveau that I took from Nouveau bottles that the applicator was jammed and just wasn't working, and so I've transferred it into these little bottles with the pinpoint applicator. And then I have another glue which is highly recommended by a lot of YouTube folks, but it's just too darn fluid. It's too liquidy for a lot of applications. And so I'm not absolutely in love with it. I'm gonna kind of put it like so. It's there, but I can move it a little bit. Okay, now I'm glad that there's some white left up there because I'm going to be putting down, okay, the things I've got from Delightful are, I've got this sheet of chipboard circles, and I've pulled a couple of those that I think I might use. And I've got this set of vellum bits, and there are lots of butterflies in there. And I probably will use one or two, not sure what colors or patterns. I've got a few titles that I kind of looked at, and I think I may go with this one. These photos are photos of Katie and Allie with Barrett's, the sign that was on the fence at the stadium with Barrett, and then and Allie and Ava with their mom Nikki at the game. And so let's see. Here is something I want to put. I'm going to start introducing rainbow colors with this. And I'm going to pull out my stapler because some of what I'm going to do with the vellum is going to end up getting stapled down. Like I can tell you for right now, I'm not happy with that, so a butterfly is going to go over that. But the little upper cluster that Janet has in her original is going to start out with this rainbow vellum piece, and I'm going to use to kind of introduce the concepts of the butterfly motif. I'm going to add this that says "You were made to fly," and that can be talking to the girls or Barrett as his football season ends. I'm going to let that curl up because I'm thinking it will eventually go down. Well, actually, I'm going to put a flare there. I'm going to do this leaf. That's my last leaf I have. I've used there were lots of different leaf segments, and I used all of them on, most of them, all but this one, on another page, which, as I'm filming this, which will come out tomorrow, as you're watching this, it will have come out yesterday. Okay, and now I'm going to put this right there. Okay, now I don't mind if those staples show, so I'm just going to do another one to hold that down. And I think that one's going to be okay. Now, I want to do Janet has a cluster kind of over here and then one down here. And I want to do a flare here and this little shine bright flag and then maybe something else. And the shine bright flag, I may do, of course, I have to do with glue because I can't get my stapler up there. And it's going to be partially kind of hidden under that flare. So I like how it lifts, and it's going to lift even more because that, that glue will make it curl. I'm going to kind of slide that in right there, and I think that will be my upper cluster. Now I have another bit of the rainbow stripe, and I'm going to put it right here because I can't put it there. Well, the stripes, the wording still shows, but I'm still going to put it more over here. And then I'll build up to the left of it. There. Let me get this here. And I'm hoping that one curls up too. Let's see, I've got this pink floral, and this word yes. And I thought I would try to overlap them, maybe something like that, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I'll put that down a little bit from there, and then this one will go here. So that says yes, more of this. And I loved seeing those photos. So my title is going to kind of merge right into that cluster, and I'm going to overlap it on the photos. So it really has some separation from the background. I wish I'd gotten the blue a little more aqua and a little more watery, but I like it. And it's closer to his school colors. And I think all these other colors just work fine with it. So there's the title. And let's see if there's any other element of Janet's that I really wanted to incorporate. I didn't have any Pinkfresh tickets or tags. I think tickets or tags or labels would have been really good. But I like these things that came in that kit. And I do have a few. Oh, here's a You Make My Heart Smile, which I could use to maybe do her title kind of comes down a little farther than mine. So I've got this that says, I could build a little cluster here. This says, You Make My Heart Smile, and I could overlap that with Happy Day, and I should be able to find a circle-y bit that works there. This red heart, or let's do the rainbow stripe there. I'm gonna put some foam on the back of all of these things. I've got another vellum piece that says Love Much, but I think I'll leave that off. I don't think it would show up very well because it's clear. And the writing is in gold. That might actually work, but we'll do this. And then Happy Day, we'll get a small bit of foam. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to do the stripes diagonally. They're diagonally going that way there. So I'm going to put them diagonally and down here too. And then I'm going to overlap You Make My Heart Smile rather than underlap it, or do I want to underlap it? I kind of like it underlapped. And then I'm going to take this little Happy Day and go like that. And I've got this says Find Joy in the Ordinary. I don't think I need to use that anywhere. Let's see what it would look like there. No, I don't need it. I think I'm done. I did have a pen here to do the pen outline like Janet did. And I'm going to go ahead and use it just to get that color in there. You can kind of see it's the blue I was trying to go for, and it's going to pick up some of the blue pigment, and it's going to cause it to skip, and that just kind of adds to the messy vibe there. The Kathy didn't know what she was doing vibe, and it shows vibe. I said I was going to use some butterflies to cover some of this up, and I'm going to do that. I just haven't decided whether I want to go with the solid gold ones or if I want to add, I think the others are mostly rainbowish colors. Okay, did I get all that? Let me do my little cross hashes like she did in a few places. There we go, and let's look at what I have left in the way of butterflies. Okay, I'm going to bring them out on this. I have this kind of greenish one. Let's go with the solid gold. I can do one right there, and then a smaller one here. Let's see what we're gonna do. Where did my good glue go? It's upside down somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and put it here, and I'm gonna do 3. I think I have 3 different sizes. I've got a vellum circle here that says make more room for love and laughter, and it could go right there, and I could let that hold it. Or do I want it further down, like here, and then put a colorful butterfly up there? Why not? Okay. And I'll put it a little bit off kilter. And the butterfly I'm going to choose to go up there is this kind of orangey yellow one, because it kind of goes nicely with the red Shine Bright. Okay, let me get back all this stuff here. And, okay, so I have 4 gold. I guess that could have been gold. Let's go with that. This one, here. And then I'll put the small one in between. They don't have to be in progressing sizes. I thought the small one might not cover up enough there. Okay. Do I need something vellum right here? There's this little bit that says beautiful day. How about a butterfly there? And I'll use the rainbow. There. Okay, I'm done. It's over. Happy Pinkfresh Friday and happy Mixed Media Mayhem Hop. I hope you'll join everybody who's participating in both of these wonderful hops, and I can guarantee you that I will like their pages much better than I like this one. It's not a bad page to go in my album, but it's one that I'm not absolutely in love with as far as sharing, if you know what I mean. But it is what it is, and that's kind of what mixed media is. It isn't perfection, although I would like to think I've